Go away, Uber Eats. I don't even fucking live in Ottawa anymore. You don't even exist here, Uber Eats. Hey, Andy. Hey, Zoe. Hey, Polly. I still regularly get I still regularly get ads from Uber Eats on my phone, even though Uber Eats does not exist in Cornwall. Hey, Killface. Hey, Anunnaki. Where's my green? Nah, I'm not gonna say anything. Hey, Lupita. Hey, Dolly. Hey, Fernanda. Hey, Butterscotch. Hey, Teddy Bear. Hey, Prince. Vanna, Habibi. I've had Coke. I had some Coke not long ago, actually. The people I've moved in with left a bottle of Coke in the fridge for me when I moved in. I had that a few days ago. I don't drink it very often though. I'm not keen on Coke in general, but haven't spoken to me in ages. Hey, Scriptgoat. Yeah, you've been missed, Polly. Hey, Backrooms. My go-to banquet meal? I don't know. I don't know that I've ever had banquet. New place okay? Yeah. Hey, Jenna. Bunny Star for 3 months. Welcome to your 3rd month, Bunny Star. Hope I'm okay. Thank you very much, Bunny Star. I appreciate it. Mexico Coke is better. Mexico. Mexico. Hey, solo trip. Actually, just saying. Well, saying Mexico just made me think of Peggy Hill and the way she'd always pronounce it, Mexico. And not even Jennifer Lopez. And yes. Hey, Rebecca. So now I will never be able to pronounce it that way again. I'm going to have to pronounce it Mexico just so that I don't remind myself of fucking Peggy Hill butchering Spanish regularly. Just ordered some for grocery delivery in the morning. Don't like sweet drinks, but do like Peeps. Because, yeah, even as a kid, I understood that Peggy Hill could not pronounce Spanish words. I didn't know a lick of Spanish. And even I was like, that's not how that's pronounced. Hey, Kitty Charms. What happened to barbecue chicken? Peggy Hill appropriates Hispanics? Kind of. No, Simon. No, Simon. Stop spamming, Simon. I'm gonna block you, Simon. Well, that's a block on Simon. Hispanic and I still have a hard time pronouncing some words in Spanish. Fair enough. Bye, Simon. Never, Rebecca. I never miss anyone that I block. I blocked them because they annoyed me. If I block someone, it's because they really fucking annoyed me enough. Hey, color purple. So yeah, I'm not gonna miss somebody who pissed me off. Microwave dinner, Jenna. Excited for Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I like Zelda well enough. I'm excited for Star Trek Resurgence, which is supposed to come out in April, I think. I never called her Charlie Cole. It was Chantel who called her that, and I explained to Chantel why it was viewed as racist. And I apologized for Chantel at that time. I once had a nightmare about Patrick Stewart. I mean, how do you have a nightmare about him? No, Luna, that genuinely didn't occur to her. That said, Charlie Pyrite would have been a better burn anyway. So yes, it is anti-Semitic to refer to a Jewish person as a goblin. Like I said, 98% of the time it's anti-Semitic. Hey Nancy, hi Sandy, hey cheesecake. Um, yeah, 98% of the time it is anti-Semitic to refer to because there is a very, very, very long history of goblins being used as anti-Semitic caricatures or anti-Semitic caricatures of Jews being portrayed as goblins. Hey, Mickey. Yeah, Laura, I moved like end of February. What does my bracelet say? My bracelet says the hummingbird simply must work harder in the rain. I should look at that. I didn't even know FFG was Jewish. Does does Chantel know that FFG is Jewish? I don't know. No, she shouldn't. She shouldn't. if FFG is Jewish, then Chantel should come up with a different insult for her. Deedles, I do plan on transitioning. I haven't done any work on it yet, but I do plan on it. So, well, that shows you how much attention I pay to any of the drama shit. But yeah, fine. So Chantel should not call FFG a goblin. Hey, any interest? Having said that, I have no fucking control over her. We're not on the same fucking continent anymore. Like, hey, therefore, aliens. Like, I'm not sure what any of you like when the people who are like, hey, Chantel said this, Chantel said that. I don't know what the fuck you expect me to do about it. Literally on different fucking continents at this point. Hey, Michelle. It's none of my goddamn business. Hey, Bally. Nancy? I don't. Zoe? Well, yeah, of course I still consider. I have no other friends, Zoe. But yes. Hey, Comic Brook. Hey, Ashley. Oh, I don't recall apologizing, Sandy. 91 people watching me. 99 apparently right now. Hey, Emily. Grandfather and great uncle, both Jews, and family were in concentration camps. We lost family in World War II. Yeah. As far as I know, hey, Ash. As far as I know, I have no. Hey, Sarah. As far as I know, I have no Jewish ancestry. That said, apparently I do have like a great grandmother who might have been Jewish, but who like insisted that she was German. So I don't know, but yeah, as far as I know, I have absolutely no Jewish ancestry. Are you a fucking? You're a fucking liar, Luna. You are so full of shit. I literally just said that, as far as I know, I have no Jewish ancestry. You dishonest fucking prick. You utter fucking asshole, Luna. You lying sack of shit. You fucking liar. There's no one around to pinch me, kitty cat. %, Native. As far as I know, I have no Native American ancestry either. Yeah, then feel free to not fucking watch me, Luna. I'll make it easy for you. You're free, Luna. You're free. You don't have to watch me anymore. Fucking douche. Where's my father from? I mean, he's Canadian, but I'm not. I honestly don't know what. Like, I honestly have no idea. I would imagine. I'd imagine some English, maybe some German. Probably I'd imagine on his side. Just a hunch, but genuinely no idea of any of my father's sort of heritage. That's right. Yep, saw that. Yeah, I don't think so, young tourist. I don't think that's going to happen. Wouldn't have to stick up for her if people would stop bringing her up. Where's my father? He's in Alberta. Pretty sure he's still out in Alberta. He was a draftsman. Certainly book club. The problem with a book club is there's a couple reasons. First, it would give me a time limit for like how long I have to read the books, and I suck at that. I will regularly go like weeks at a time without reading. Um, so like it's just I don't know that I'd be able to sort of stick to a schedule for it. The other issue with it is, for the most part, the books that I want to read are seldom popular books. Like the one that I'm reading now is Aleph the Unseen by G. Willow Wilson. This is the book I'm reading now. I'm close to being finished. Got like 60 or 70 pages left, so I'm pretty close to being finished. Just a few more chapters. This isn't. It did win an award, World Fantasy Award, but it wasn't JJ. In this case, the reason I've got a second bookmark for this one is glossary. There's a lot of Arabic terms used throughout this book because it's set in. Do I have a Goodreads account? Sort of, but I never go on there. I stopped using it like 10 years ago. Hey, Mimi. Hey, Michelle. Armistead Moffin? No, I have not done Michelle. But anyway, yeah. So Goodreads, like I used to use Goodreads, but I sort of stopped like a decade ago. So I haven't been on there I haven't been on there in forever. But anyway, yeah. Hey, Carrie. Sorry if I didn't say hi, Carrie. How the crap and old is Goodreads? It's been around. Goodreads has been around for a long time. But anyway, yeah. So this book is set in the Middle East, an unnamed Middle Eastern country. Like a unnamed fictional Middle Eastern country, which means that there are a fair number of sort of Arabic terms throughout it. So I have a second alith backshots, alith. So I have a second, it's not really a bookmark, but I have a second thing that I sort of have it set to the glossary so that whenever a term comes up that I either don't recognize or I've forgotten what it means, that I can just go straight there. So yeah, back to the book. Book club discussion. This book did win an award, but it didn't exactly burn up sales charts. I mean, it did well. Like, it sold well enough, but wasn't like New York Times bestseller or anything like that. The book I plan on reading after that. Well, after it, I'm going to read a graphic novel. The Witch Boy. I think The Witch Boy is the one I'm going to be reading next. And then after that, the next novel I read will be The Girl Who Would Be King by Kelly Thompson, which, again, very well received book, but not a New York Times bestseller. So, like, the books that I want to read are not the ones that are sort of front and center whenever you walk into a bookstore. Not an Amazon book. Not an Amazon list, Molly. Barnes and Noble. My favorite song. Mimi and Jason made a milkshake today in honor of what happened to your toilet. Thank you, Comic Book. Anyway, so Mimi and Jason, my favorite song. Fine on the Outside by Priscilla On. Also, goes back and forth between Marathon and Down in the Canyon. Or Down in the Valley. Sorry. No, Down in the Canyon. Heartless Bastards, either Marathon or Down in the Canyon, depends on my mood. And also The Loneliest Girl from the Carol and Tuesday soundtrack. I don't know how anyone can have a favorite song. I mean, in my case, I know Priscilla On is so good. Dream, like Dream, is just an unfairly good song. Like Fine on the Outside is a song that resonates with me. It's like death metal. No, I don't like death metal. Like that song just really, just fucking yeah. And then Dream is one of those songs. Like, how is this a song? How is this real? Like, how do you make something that good? Never met anyone else who knows Priscilla. I mean, I know her I discovered her through Studio Ghibli. The reason I know Priscilla On is because I love Studio Ghibli. When Marnie was there, they played that song. They played Fine on the Outside over the closing credits. And just, listening to that, listening to it is like, holy shit. Loneliest Girl? Loneliest Girl is amazing. Very sad. As you can probably guess from the title. The Loneliest Girl does not sound like a bop. But it's very simple, very very raw and just gorgeous. Would I consider myself the loneliest girl? Not yet. Jan Arden. Jan Arden never really clicked for me. Yeah, for Priscilla on what happened. Like I watched when Marnie was there one night. Enjoyed it. Um, it wasn't necessarily one of the best Ghibli films, but yeah, it was a good movie. And then listening to the closing credits and that fucking song, and I just sort of kept thinking about that song, and I just had to find it and learn more about that song and everything. And what's funny is Priscilla on had written that song, and she decided that she wasn't going to release it, like that she wouldn't record it, she wouldn't release it. It felt too personal to her. And then she heard that Studio Ghibli was doing a movie based on the book when Marnie was there, so she read the book and loved it. The book just sort of like, when she read the book, it just really hit her. So she actually called up Studio Ghibli and said, "Hey, I've got this song that I think would work. That I think would work really well." Whisper of the Heart. Yeah, that one is my fifth favorite Ghibli movie. Whisper of the Heart is like ranked fifth, and I mean like there's a lot of good Ghibli movies. Yeah, Spirited Away, uh, Tale of the Princess Kaguya, Kiki's Delivery Service, Arrietty, Whisper of the Heart. That's like my top five. Yeah, you got timed out again. It wasn't me this time, Sandy. The color purple. I never did open up a Mario Kart lobby. Tomorrow, Jason. Mario Kart again tomorrow. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Danger. Just ordered pizza and having a bonfire. Good times. Buddy, prisoner. I gotta blow my nose. Give me a second. Anyway, while we're on the topic, on a side note, while we're on the topic of anime, apparently it was Naoko Takuchi's birthday the other day. Um, she was the Naoko Takuchi, of course, best known as the creator of Sailor Moon. And I learned that apparently, like, there's a myth that like like that she didn't have a lot of friends when she was writing Sailor Moon, and that is actually like complete bullshit. Like she actually did have a lot of friends at that point. One of her good friends was an editor who who she talked about foreskins with. Well, there's a reason not to. That's a reason not to mod you, Emily. If I had authority, I would block all of you so I could have a 1-on-1. Yeah, apparently, like one time she was like, she actually sort of like wrote a bit about it, where like she was talking with like her editor when, and her editor was like, "Have you ever seen a foreskin before?" Which, like, what the? apparently, this lady was just absolutely, just totally nasty, and Taguchi loved her. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, where she actually like, she was really nasty. I loved her. Yeah, she was like in a comic strip, and wow. Have you ever seen a foreskin before? She's like, no, I haven't seen that. What's a foreskin? I'm just a shaking little manga artist. Also, Takuchi is gorgeous with ridiculously long legs. Like, have you ever like looked at any of the Sailor Moon manga? The characters all have like super long legs, and as it turns out, that's just her body. That's just her body proportions. She's just all fucking leg. There's a photo of her. In a dress that would have looked not the least bit out of place on one of her own villains. Star Trek? I haven't started talking about Star Trek yet today. Let's see if I can find that. Yeah, just like she looks like one of her own villains here. Who was trans icon in Star Trek? Um, I think generally Dax. Dax is generally like the first of the trans icons. Curzon, my beloved old friend. Actually, it's Jadzia now. Jadzia, my beloved old friend. 70% legs? Yeah. So yeah, Dax would have been the like in terms of like Star Trek, Dax would have been the trans icon in Star Trek. Though now, luckily, Star Trek does have some actual trans characters. Where's Chris? Chris Hansen for looking at photos of a grown ass woman. All I'm saying, Honey Bunny, is that Naoko Takuchi drew women with long legs because she was drawing from life. Because she had some ridiculously long legs. Self insert. Absolutely, Vanna. It's total self insert there. Any woman who breathes, and even ones who don't. The boys? No, I don't like the boys. No, wait. The Boys, A Liar, Part 2, as in Bali featuring Steve, Part 2. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I wasn't the one banning you, Sandy, so blame yourself. Do I like hentai? Nah. I did when I was like, teenager, but necrophilia. I am very much not. I I am very much not a fan of necrophilia. Not making a great argument there, Emily. I don't want everyone blocked. Thoughts on Drake's 1K concert prices? I mean, half of that is fucking Ticketmaster, as I recall. Fucking Ticketmaster. $500 fucking dollars in fees? Hey, Gia. My Steam wish list is crying at the savings right now. Do I indulge? If you can afford it, buy the games that you expect that you will actually get around to playing, would be what I would say, Yashiki. Buy the games that you expect to play. Why doesn't Ticketmaster have a competitor? I honestly don't know. Like, I honestly don't know how Ticketmaster hasn't been taken down, hasn't been like busted for being a. I mean, it is a monopoly. Like, Ticketmaster is absolutely 100% a monopoly. I don't know how like antitrust efforts haven't taken it down yet. And add to that the fact that it's the Cure are on concert right now, and they made the choice to very deliberately keep their ticket prices low. And Ticketmaster slapped on some fees that meant that cost more than the actual tickets did. Hey, Ever Evelyn. It is obscene. Not only now, but people have known for years, Pink Season. People have known for a long time that Ticketmaster is fucking disgusting. like back in the 90s, like even back in the 90s, the Simpsons were making jokes about Ticketmaster. No one wants a 100% service markup. It's people have known forever that Ticketmaster is a racket, and somehow nothing gets done about it. It's $150 per ticket in fees for Taylor Swift tickets for minis. Yeah, which is it is ridiculous. Hey, Jocko, that should not be legal. Ticketmaster should actually like Congress should actually have a fucking hearing on Ticketmaster and like actually fucking do something about Ticketmaster. Like I very rarely advocate for Congress to go after specific companies. Industries, yes. I'm totally okay with Congress regulating industries. Rarely really care if they go after specific industries or specific companies. Didn't Pearl Jam try to take them down in the 90s? I think they did, yeah. And obviously got nowhere. Yeah, Congress needs to actually like break up Ticketmaster. Paid $50 for a concert for Duran Duran in the 90s. Now in a small town, 600 ain't happening. What's the department that deals with like antitrust violations? Which your first mistake was seeing Duran Duran? Damn. Emily and Sandy both on the same brutal wavelength. Canadian. Hello, Cam. Yes, and I mean, Ticketmaster operates in Canada too, and it's pretty sure about as bad in Canada, almost as bad in Canada. But as an American company, I think it's the U.S. who would be the ones primarily responsible for going in and telling them, "Hey, knock it the fuck off, assholes." Jocko Johnson, thank you very much. Happy St. Patty's Day. Here's a donation to the Shenanigans Fund. Thank you very much, Jocko. Ain't got a Congress. Well, we've got Parliament. I mean, definitely down with Parliament. You think a band like The Cure has a say in how their ticket is sold? Well, they can set their own ticket. I mean, The Cure are a massive band. They can set their own ticket prices. The issue there is Ticketmaster can just slap on whatever extra fees that they want to slap on there. Give me a band for Shutterfly. Can't speak to The Cure. I mean, I'll admit The Cure aren't one of my favorite bands. I mean, there's a couple of Cure songs I like, but generally they're not particularly my thing. But I have a lot of respect for The Cure. You're obviously very talented, hugely influential, and by all accounts, really cool guy, like really good guys, really nice, sincere. Hey, Rara, genuine people. No, I would not date 13-year-olds. You, you. One Direction stan. Yeah. She's in a box. Fluttershy is in one of my boxes. I had the Cure video in my juice box. Give you my address. I'm a spaghetti thingy. Would I date a 20-year-old, 28-year-old? 28 would be about as young as I really feel comfortable with. Duran Duran and Depeche Mode Rock. Yeah, neither of them are bands that I enjoy, but no, they could get. What's better than a room full of 18-year-olds? A room devoid of 18-year-olds? A room full of 22-year-olds? The Smiths? Uh, yeah, I mean, Morrissey's a douche. My issue with the Smiths is that Morrissey is a douche. Pants reveal. Don't mention the Smiths again, or you will have 20 days of diarrhea. I didn't mention the Smiths. I said Morrissey is a douche. V-neck getting lower and lower. And they've got a couple of good songs. The Smiths had a couple of good songs, but it doesn't change the fact that Morrissey himself sucks as a person. Friggin' right-wing dillhole. And I feel like I've read that Morrissey's just kind of an unpleasant person as well. Just a nationalist, he is. He's a racist. I never met Morrissey. He's all non-vegan to scum. He does tend to be pretty obnoxious about his veganism. There is that. Like he's just kind of obnoxious about it. But that's not even the biggest problem with him. Turf. He is a turf as well. Even that's not even really his biggest problem. He's a racist. And like has been for a long time. Sandy. Morrissey's defense. Like when Morrissey was accused of racism, He defended himself by saying, everyone prefers their own race. That's how he defends, like, I'm not racist. Everyone prefers their own race. But nah, he's a racist. Oh, I haven't. Because I don't have friends who'll meet. Johnny Marr was always the best member of the Smiths. Sing Cemetery. No. I cannot sing Cemetery Gates. That is absolutely not a song that I can do. Oh, uh, Morrissey did once call the Chinese a subspecies. Definitely, yeah, totally not racist. You can't help but feel that the Chinese are a subspecies due to their horrific treatment of animals. Yeah, he's definitely not racist there. But anyway, no. No, he's just a racist. Throw cheese slices around? I mean, you can if you want backrooms. I don't have any cheese slices, so. Am I happy? I mean, I don't even know what happiness looks like over here. Do I have Jackbox? I do not. They meet up in Cornwall? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I've got a few things. I've got a couple more I've got a couple microwave dinners left, and I've got a chocolate bunny. And yeah, I've got some non-frozen snacks. I get to Jackbox. I don't even know what Jackbox is. Let me look up Jackbox. Realistically, probably not something I would play. Just taking a guess. The Jackbox Party Pack. Trivia bluff off, team test, auction, guess fest. So I guess Jackbox is just like it's a bunch of sort of online games. Jackbox is crap. What I would say, Sandy, is that it is racist to call a specific race subhuman. Yeah, I feel like animals are better than humans. I disagree with you, but whatever. But animals are better than the Chinese. That's racist. I do not bite my toenails. I do not have that level of flexibility. Also, that would just gross me out. Feet, I don't like feet. So, wrong with cheese on my burger. I just don't like it. What about Crunchyroll? What about Crunchyroll? I had a wish list. I absolutely had a Steam wish list. The hell? Well, that's interesting. My Steam wish list seems to have been deleted. Oh, that's great. That's just fantastic. Deleted. Hey, Lisa. I mean, like, it's fair that, like, most of the games that were on my wish list, I probably wouldn't have played. I probably wouldn't have ended up getting anyway, but still sucks. That's just, that's just weird. That's weird that it just randomly got deleted. Be happy? Can't. Too thirsty to be happy. I'll go back in a minute. I farted. It's just like it's one of those things where it's like, come on, Steam, just because I wasn't going to buy those games, there's no reason to remove them from my wish list. Rude. I don't, Bumpy. I don't have a water bottle. Or I don't fill. I have a water bottle, but I never fill it. It's not a massage chair, old meat. Probably. Yes, I did take the kitchen scale. Well, it's not really a kitchen scale, it's just a scale. Can go in any room. But I did take the scale. Fire alarm? Yeah, there's a fire alarm, I think. Pretty sure. I don't know. Probably. I'd assume so. I'd assume there's a fire alarm in my room. Do you sell vacuum parts? No. I do not. React to someone? Nah. I don't like doing reaction. Do I fear rats? No, I wouldn't say I fear them. Not something I'd want to touch, though. When am I going to realize I'm hot? We'll see. Do you have any strong opinions on something you just found out about this week? Yes, I do. I have strong opinions. I talked about this earlier. I already talked about this, so I'm just going to mention. I have strong opinions on Naoka Takuchi's legs. Team Selena or Haley? I'm on team let them kiss. Regular t-shirt, Anna. It is a regular t-shirt. Charity skydive? Nah. Man, I weighed myself like yesterday or a couple days ago. Really old timey bicycle. No, I'm too scared of heights, Jason. It's not even that they're particularly high up, but I get nervous sitting on it. I get nervous standing on a step ladder. So yeah, I am ridiculously afraid of penny farthing. Yep, that's right, penny farthing bikes. Yeah. What do you all in chat think about barbecue chicken? Pretty tasty. Any good video games lately? Mario Kart. Listen, babe, what is my secret? I don't know. Depression. Old me. I don't know. I just don't like cheese on my burgers. Are the new Mario Kart tracks? I mean, I haven't played all of them yet. The ones I played seem to be a pretty good mix. Some of them are pretty good. Wish I didn't have depression. I wish I didn't have depression too. How's the dating profile going? Terribly. Gotten no messages from any of them. Supreme rule of the world would make it haram to not have cheese on burgers. So actually, while we're on the topic of the dating, I did end up completing the completing profile on a Star Trek dating site. You can't. Here's how shitty that site is. You need to pay. You need a subscription. Hey, Laura, to receive messages, to be able to read messages. Like you can send one free message. But to read a message somebody else sent, you have to pay. Like, what the fuck? And on top of that, they didn't go with a Star Trek themed layout or UI or design, site design. If I'm on a Star Trek dating app, I want to feel like I'm on the fucking Enterprise, you know? I want to feel like I'm using one of the fucking science stations on the bridge of the Enterprise. You know? Like, come on. You're a dating site specifically for Trekkies, and you're going with this shitty, lazy, half-assed site design. Come on. Is there such a... Yes, there is. It's just like it's trekdating.com, I think. Dating sites have to make money too. I understand that. But to be able to receive messages, no, that's... Fuck that noise. That's just ridiculous. Anime nerd Star Trek girl out there for you somewhere. Sheldon from Big Bang Theory fell in love with Amy. I mean, he's a fictional character. Go to a Trekkie convention. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily mind going to one, but it's not like there's any good ones around. Like, I don't think that Ottawa's ever had... Like, I don't know that Ottawa's ever had, like, a Star Trek convention. But now I'm curious about it. Yeah, so there's no like Star Trek convention in Ottawa. There's Comic Con. I mean, they'll often have sometimes have Star Trek guests from Star Trek. But yes, Old Meat. I have watched the Trekkies documentary. Oh, I'm not even gonna bother going back to that site. Does Joey? I'm not paying for that shit. No. Yeah, it's yeah. I liked that. I mean, I kind of enjoyed the Trekkie convention. Shatner doesn't have long, very sick. Yeah. Farmer dating site. I don't know. It's one of those things where like William Shatner has enough of a history of being a dingus that it's hard for me to really it'll be hard for me to mourn him. You know, I respect his contributions and everything, blah blah blah. But by all accounts, he was an absolute diva on the original series and throughout much of the movies. Um, and even today, he's still often kind of a diva. Um, he's expressed some. He's made some pretty shitty comments over the years. Treated Sulu terribly. Yep, absolutely treated George Takei terribly. Heard he's a jerk in real life. Yep, that's what I've heard as well. Um, he was at some convention once doing some panel and learned the phrase "women in refrigerators." Um, women in refrigerators is a term that originated from comics criticism. It's a term that sort of refers to women being made to suffer or getting murdered, like women being murdered in like in stories, women, female characters being killed in order to cause the male protagonist pain. Women's death being used for men's drama. So, like I said, it came out of comics criticism. So obviously, a lot of people have never heard that term. Uh, when William Shatner was doing some convention, doing some panel at a convention, and first learned that term, and kept fucking making jokes about it, like, oh, get her in a refrigerator, get her in a refrigerator. And it's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, just being like kind of a yeah, he's just being like really creepy and shitty about it, and like making everyone there uncomfortable, and not caring that he was making other people uncomfortable with these shitty jokes. Someone very close to me confided that they had killed someone and needed my help disposing the body. Would I help? I mean, probably not. Would I not? Nah, I don't think I'd want to meet Shatner. Is Shatner a murderer? I believe so. I mean, probably, but he's a celebrity, so it's fine. They all get a few. You know, they all get at least one. You know, It's my favorite music. I just listen to a lot of indie shit. Even Ferris Bueller got to kill someone. Exactly. Yeah. Thoughts on Neo from The Matrix? I never watched The Matrix, but Keanu Reeves is, by all accounts, the best dude. Women who didn't put out in his day were referred to as frigid. No one ever told me I resemble Keanu Reeves. I think so. I think people have said that to me on here. What is my favorite gun? These guns. I'm kidding. I don't. I totally don't have guns. I absolutely do not have guns. Can I come visit you for some healthcare? I mean, I'm not the one who's going to be super soaker. Too liberal for kids. I mean, I believe in gun regulation. I don't believe in gun abolition. No, I mean, there's not a lot of people who believe that in banning all guns everywhere. Very few people do that. Very, very, very few people actually believe in that. Most just want strict gun regulations. My favorite vacation? I mean, it would have been one of my times that I went to Scotland. I don't really have many memories of it, but of those visits, but yeah, well-regulated militia. Beyond that, I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care what some slave-owning jackass wrote in the 18th century. What do I care? They used fucking muskets back then. I cannot play the bagpipes now. Do I support the NRA? No. Because the NRA went from being a gun safety advocacy group to a gun manufacturer advocacy group. Go to a shooting range tomorrow to practice? Probably not. Like the NRA, back in the NRA, back in the day, the NRA actually believed in gun registration. They showed Charlton Heston show up to Littleton week after Combine. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they used to be in favor of regulating guns, but then it sort of got taken over by by right wingers who decided to turn it into an advocacy group for the manufacturers, which meant that they just hit a point where it's like all where like any sort of where every single gun regulation, where every single regulation regarding guns is evil and terrible and the worst thing in the fucking world. You know? Concealed weapon. But I don't call it, but it's not a gun. It's a weapon, but it's not a gun. Guns don't kill people. Ferris Bueller kills people. Have I ever owned a leather studded choker? I have not. I used to want one. Yes, in large amounts of public shootings. Why doesn't Canada have this problem? I mean, other countries don't have that problem because we have much stricter gun regulations. Like you're in Canada, you can't get a hold of an assault style weapon. You can get hunting rifles. You can even get handguns here in Canada. But tactical style, fine. Tactical style. You can't get tactical style weapons. Like you can't get the same types of guns that allow for pumping out large number of shots very quickly. Because I mean that's a big part of it. Like you can put it like people get those tactical style guns. They get like those AR-15s and thanks Mons. Like get those guns that hold a lot of rounds and have hold a lot of like high like that hold a lot of high caliber, high capacity magazines with high caliber bullets rounds that do a lot of damage. You can't get like you can get assault. You can still get hunting rifles, but they don't hold the same number of shots that an AR-15 does. Shotguns are best for home defense if you're going to have one. Sure. Mental evaluation for guns? I believe so. I'm actually not sure. I'm not sure exactly what's required to get a gun in Canada. I believe or did we get, was that defeated? I know there was supposed to be a gun registry, but I think that was something that was like, back when I was a kid. Okay. No, there is a firearms registry. Okay. So yeah, there is a firearms registry. I don't know all the I don't know all the rules that are in place. What kind of gun should I get for as home protection? I mean, the truth is, you're more likely to shoot a family member than you are a burglar. It sucks, but statistically speaking, if you have a gun in your home, you're more likely to shoot a family member than an actual burglar. If you do want a gun for home protection, then yeah, probably either a Glock or a shotgun would be the obvious choices. Have you guys guns in the home? A lot of people have guns in the home. Only rarely are they ever. Does anyone actually stop a burglary with the gun in their home? Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's not something that comes up very often. Like for all that people make a big deal out of it, oh, what if a burglar comes in? I got to protect myself. It doesn't actually happen all that often. Hey, Patty, it's not something that comes up. The burglar's probably going to come. The burglar's probably going to wait until they think no one's home, because that's how burglars work. You know what? You want to scare burglars away? You want to keep burglars out of your house? You know what's more effective than a gun? A photo of Dolph Lundgren. These guys, these guys once broke into a home. Uh, I forget if the wife was already home or if she came home while they were there, but they tied the woman up, and then they noticed on the mantle. They noticed some photos on the mantle of her with Dolph Lundgren, and realized, oh shit, this is Dolph Lundgren's house. We got to get the fuck out of here. Grace Jones. I don't think it was Grace Jones. I think it was somebody. I think it was a woman he married after Grace. Yeah, this is back in. Apparently, it was back in 2009. It was back in 2009 that it happened. Yeah, he was married. He was married to a woman by the name of Annette Kaviberg. I don't know how her name is pronounced. Okay, good. So Lundgren's wife and at least one of his daughters was home. Um, and they actually, apparently, they just started having a conversation with the family. I've read some of the Sherlock Holmes Google. I did read sort of a collection of Sherlock Holmes, not all of them though. It's just hilarious. Like, I just love that these guys break into Dolph Lundgren's house and they're like, "Oh shit, this is Dolph Lundgren's house." Oh, you're his wife. Oh, hey, it's nice to meet you. Hey, take this shit back. Take this back. We don't want to die. So yeah, hey Sarah, photos of Dolph Lundgren. Statistically more likely to stop a home invasion than guns. Thoughts on Julian Assange? I don't know. How have I been feeling lately? Same as usual. Haggis. I do not eat haggis. Me and a kilt would be kind of hot. I do want to get a kilt. I would like to get a kilt with my clan tartan. I eat microwaves. Yeah. Move to Scotland? Probably. I'd not move there, but you wear with it. One of the skirts I wear briefly in TNG. Yeah. Yes. The scant, I think they called it. Jenna's upset I didn't wear green. She's crying. Wearing down green. I don't need to wear green. I'm not Irish. I'm not wearing green because I choose not to appropriate Irish culture. That's what it is. I'm choosing not to appropriate Irish culture. I'm being respectful. Plus, I don't own green shit. I have one green shirt and it's dirty. My undies. What color are my pants? No, not green. I'm not going to tell you what color my boxers are, but they are not green. Wear a white shirt and don't wash it till it turns green. I don't own green. I don't own anything green except for one t-shirt that is currently dirty. So no. Not wearing green. Boxer briefs? Nah, just regular boxers. Just realized I don't own anything green either. Yeah. Just all shirts being V-necks. Well, they're comfortable. Bras for the testicles. Drink green beer or green toilet water. I think I'll pass on that. I think I'll pass on beer and toilet water. I mean, I could pick my nose and wipe a booger on my t-shirt. Would that satisfy you? Would that be enough green for you? you had to get a piercing, where on the body would you choose? I mean, if I had to get a piercing, I guess probably ear. But I'd rather not. I'd rather not get any piercings. Jack Thompson. I know Jack Thompson. I'm familiar with Jack Thompson. It's a shame. Like he was actually like a pretty big deal in the civil rights movement. Like he was very, very active in campaigning for civil rights. Earlobe, I would think. And then yeah, he just went. He got certain video games and just went off the sort of over the edge. He just sort of drove his reputation to the ground, going after video games in ways that were usually just really ill-informed and silly. You really tried taking down Rockstar? Yeah. Like Red Dead Redemption. I run a legal brothel out of Nevada in the States. You consider moving here to be a male concubine for room and board. I'll pass, old meat. Why is Patrick a saint? Apparently because he hated snakes. That's my understanding. Because the snakes aren't evil. The snakes are not a. I have had it with these motherfucking snakes in this motherfucking country. I've had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking island. That's why he's a. That's why he's a saint, because because he was quoting Samuel L. Jackson centuries before Samuel L. Jackson was born. He was sainted for being the inspiration for Snakes on a Plane. Monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane. What was the. I was trying to remember the Big Lebowski one. Do you see what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps? Like, what?
What are you doing? You see what happens, Larry? You see what happens?
This video cut out the audio for some reason. My favorite Megan Thee Stallion song? I don't even know Megan. I don't even know any of her songs. Ishiki. Because feelings are complicated. It's I am at a point where I just like I don't feel like it's kind of a matter of passing to a certain extent. I mean, it's like because I'm not shaving, I'm not on hormones, I'm not sort of expressing any of that right now. So it feels like it would be insincere somehow, which most trans people would be like, no, you can absolutely identify. But it's one of those things where it's still not yet, Gia. I never called about that. Kept putting it off. Keep putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. So yeah, it's I mean, I'll still be keeping the balls. I'm not planning on any surgeries for it. Even once I start hormones, like I don't think I'll ever really pass. It's just once I start on the hormones and everything, I'll at least, you know, non-binary. Non-binary doesn't feel right to me. Hormones need to be taken as soon as possible. I mean, you can start. I mean, you can transition anytime. Like this, like, you kidding you, sir? I don't want to use any public washrooms. Like I absolutely have men's or women's. I don't want to use the public restroom if I can avoid it. At the benefits of blocks of 20. That's actually what I've heard, old meat. That a woman's restroom is just as likely to be just as filthy as a men's room. Not always the case. That it's sometimes the women's rooms are just genuinely cleaner, but and sometimes that they are far worse. More fluids come out. Yeah, yeah. You got the extra. You got the added. You still got the fucking weirdos who piss on the floor and smear shit on the walls. But you've also got but now you've got the added fun of weirdos smearing blood on the walls because because weirdos are everywhere. Yeah, bullshit juicer. Thoughts on men using women's restrooms? Um, if a cis man genuinely wants access to a woman's restroom, usually he'll just go in. If some pervert dude wants access to a women's restroom, he'll probably just go in. He doesn't he's not even gonna bother putting on a dress or anything like that. He'll just go in. So the way that transphobes try to use that hypothetical as a way of justifying the way that transphobes use it to try to justify keeping trans women from fucking existing in public, it's bullshit. The guys will just fucking do it. Pay $300 a month for a gym so I don't have to deal with it. Zero tolerance at Equinox Gym. Yeah, it's one of those things. And recording a woman a week ago. But I mean, I'm not a fan of people recording in public restrooms in general. So yeah, trans folks just want to take a piss. That's all they want is to fucking go in, take a piss, and get the fuck out. Take a piss, wash their hands, and get the fuck out. I hope the washing the hands. But, so it's trans women aren't a fucking threat. Trans women aren't a threat, and the cis dudes who are threats don't even need to fucking give a shit about even pretending. I'm aware, Yoshiki. The benefit, Ishiki, is that I don't actually care about not being liked. There is absolutely there is definitely a part of me that is just kind of a spiteful little bitch. You know? Oh, you don't like me? Fucking good. So, yeah, it's your hate just makes me stronger. So that doesn't really that part of it doesn't really bug me. I don't think that's actually true, Meat Sweats. There's shitty people in all groups, old meat. Celebrity juicer? Sadly, not. Unfortunately, no. It's not enough to make me productive. But I mean, there are cis lesbians who harass women. Hey, Antonietta. I'm surviving. I mean, some of them probably do old meat. I'm like 99. I mean, again, 99% of trans women say the same thing. Yeah, sleep with whoever you want. 99% of 99% of trans women are no problem at all. Hey, Jenna. Oh, I absolutely hate confrontation, Blueberry. Yeah, if I'm out and about and somebody makes fun of me, I'm probably just going to ignore them. 99% of trans women are not a problem at all, but trans folks always, always, always want to focus entirely on the 1%. Which hard drugs should I try first? Uh, Bagels with sesame seeds on them. I'm made to understand that that's opium. It's poppy seeds, right? Yes, poppy seeds. So yeah, like a poppy seed bagel. Drink, drink. Who would I invite to the opium den? I wouldn't go to an opium den. Seinfeld episode, yep. Based on something that, Seinfeld episode that is based on an existing thing. Based on something that they'd read in the newspaper. I would assume that drug tests have gotten better for that. Like, is that something? Have have drug tests gotten better about not registering poppy seeds as opiates? They have. Okay. Seems like I would hope that they would figure out some way to remove those false positives to improve the tests. I have another one. I've got another drug idea for you, comic book. Cheese. I've been made to understand that that cheese can be used to fascinate women. Cheese. Yeah, there's some old book that had like a bit of advice, like some relationship advice. There's like, you may fascinate a woman. You may fascinate a woman with a piece of cheese, which fucking weird. Ramona was a character that I did for a couple of skits. Anunnaki. Left for an hour. Did anything cool happen? Not particularly, Carrie. Hi, Barney. I'm making enough from YouTube to pay the rent and my basic expenses. Kermit? Smash. How can you not? Though I understand, though I gather that he tends to be pretty picky about it. You know, he doesn't just give it up for just anybody. After all, it's not easy being green. My Fassbender fan? I mean, he seems to be a good actor. Oh, Fassbinder. Never heard of him. Not green. I'm not Pablo. I don't know. Just give your screen a green filter. I don't know how to do. I don't know how to do filters. So just like Barney or Kermit. Kermit. Side note: I'm disappointed that nobody appreciated my not easy being green. Comparing like easy as it's difficult, contrast but making it seem like easy as in sexually easy. Nobody appreciated that joke. It just got no reaction. I don't hate the Irish. I like the Irish. Irish are great. Thanks, Blueberry. Irish people invented the potato. You need your spine aligned. Not even drunk? Nope. I'm not drunk. I'm not wearing green. But I thought the title of this live was a pretty clever wordplay. Tap water, old meat. Well, it doesn't sound anything like what? Shut up. Blocked. An ally to the Irish Republic. I will block your ass, old meat. See if I don't. I shake my fist at you. How do you like that? That showed you. That'll learn you. Too many drink drivers and terrible things that happen. Saw somebody like there was like this I guess like they're sort of like waiving parking fees in Boston today. Or like they were waiving parking fees in Boston today. So someone's like, we knew you were gonna come get drunk. We knew you were coming to Boston to get drunk. So come drive in your car for before getting wasted. What was it? Let me find what the tweet was. Hey everybody, we know you come to Boston to get shit-faced on St. Patrick's Day. And now you can park your car for free while you're getting blasted. Yeah, that's great planning from the city of Boston. Yeah, all parking meters are free with no time limit. St. Patrick's Day. And they decide, hey, all parking meters are free with no time limit for today. The day when everybody gets drunk. Great way, great idea. Encouraging people to drive into Boston on the day that they are planning on getting drunk. Just fucking phenomenal planning from Boston there. Clearly deep thinkers. What does my bracelet say? The hummingbird simply must work harder in the rain. The image is a butterfly. It is a quote from the web. It is a quote from the comic Pretty Deadly. Usually, I take it off to shower. I take it off before I shower. Otherwise, pretty much no. Could I walk home from Boston after drinking 29 shots of green absinthe? I mean, it'd be a pretty long walk. The sad quote. I mean, it's basically it's basically just saying that there's no secret to the surviving when things are harder. It's just, you gotta do it. Don't hummingbirds have heart attacks often because their bodies are constantly in overdrive, just keep moving? Yeah, we broke up over Jeopardy. Fair enough, Carrie. No, I just texted my ex pee pee poo poo and he left me on red. Ayn Rand? No. I would never read Ayn Rand. Her whole political philosophy is repugnant to me. Her political philosophy is repugnant to me, and her own fucking life story demonstrates that it was wrong, that it was incorrect. Because she was on government assistance at the time of her death. Her writing is repugnant in general. Like, that's the wild thing. Her whole thing was all about rugged individualism. And then in her later years, she relied on government assistance. The same thing that she wrote so passionately against. Lazy? Yes, I am lazy. Had the turntables. Yep. I mean, I admit to being lazy, but I'm not a hypocrite who sits around declaring that relying on the government is a terrible thing. The only wrong thing the Bolsheviks ever did was educate Rand. It's not like if you were rich and said eat the rich. Shit, if I were rich, I would absolutely be saying eat the rich. As an incredibly lazy person myself as well, have you ever wished you could ask people to go pee for you when you're lying in bed? Yes. That is absolutely one of those weird thoughts you have. Yeah, you're tired, your brain's not really working. You're like, can someone pee for me? Wait, no, that's not how biology works. Right? That's not how biology works, right? I have definitely had those moments. I have dreams sometimes peeing and wake up panicking. Yep. Yeah, that's happened. It's like dream about peeing and wake up. Oh shit! Did I piss myself? It's like, no, haven't pissed myself yet. I have not, Gia. Fetish content? No. It's all pipes. I don't pee in the shower. I would purchase art from me similar to clown art I purchased from John Wayne Gacy. I never remember my nightmares. I very seldom remember my dreams. Peeing on your feet in the shower cures athlete's foot. Nah, it's even from childhood. I don't remember any of the dreams I had as a kid either. Even as a kid, I never remembered my dreams. Just all my life, I never remembered them. Aside from a bare handful. Actually, I was napping earlier, and I had a dream that I sort of remember some of it. A really weird one. For some reason, a bunch of people in weird costumes were coming into my old house. Like my mom, like when I was living with my mom's old house. Like I was living back there, and people were trying to come in to. I don't know why, but people were coming in to try to like disconnect my home phone for some reason. I don't know why, and like they were all wearing like weird costumes. Like I think there were like a trio of people dressed as like wearing like sort of like bear costumes or something like that. And like somehow like I had like some sort of like superpowers, so I was like able to throw the people around and threw them down some stairs. And there's like one dude who was smart enough to try to disconnect it from outside instead. It was like staying outside the house and like disconnecting shit from outside instead. And then I went down and like yelled at him to stop to hook everything. But like I went outside and yelled at him to hook everything back up. And he was like, "Fine." So it's just, I mean, it wasn't scary because I had some sort of like super strength or something. So like none of them were any sort of threat to me. I couldn't be hurt, and I was just sort of like casually throwing people around. And like they were all and like everyone was like sort of like ludicrous. Everyone like all the home invaders were just ludicrous and ridiculous. And yeah, it's weird. I think there were people help, and I think there were like weirdos helping me as well. Like I had a couple of weirdos on my side. So yeah, there's just I don't know. I don't fucking know. It was into starting jujitsu. I have a hot tub I never use. Same, Carrie. Will I start carrying mace or knife once I transition? No. No. I doubt it. When's Mario? Tomorrow we will play Mario tomorrow, Zach. Mario Kart tomorrow. One last time. Put my mattress on the hot tub and have a sleep stream? I don't think so, Gia. I don't think so. I don't think a sleep stream is something that I would be inclined to do. Stream probably means you should eat cheese on burgers. What do I think about VTubers? I'm fine with them. It's a good way. Like, it's a good way of doing streams while remaining anonymous. And yeah, old meat. I don't think about dreams, like what they mean. The majority of the time, dreams mean absolutely nothing. How will I defend myself? I won't. Try to stay up for 74 hours to reset my clock? No. Yes, old meat. I have flown on an aeroplane. Last time would have been when I was 16, I think. Maybe 17, but I think 16. I believe was the last time I was on a plane. Do a stream where I cross the border. Do you enjoy the flight? Yeah, I like flying. I'm Scotland. Yeah, I did go to Scotland. The last two times I was on a plane were actually to Alberta to visit my father. Those were the last two times that I did fly. I was to Alberta. I think 16, maybe 15. Might have even been 15. 15, either 15, 16, or 17. I think 15 or 16. I don't think it was 17. So it would have been, I would have been either 15 or 16. So over 20 years ago. Either way, over 20 years ago. So over 20 years since I've been on a plane. Alberta is not the capital. Edmonton? Yeah, I think Edmonton is the capital of Alberta. Or is it Calgary? Calgary might be the capital of Alberta. I should know that without having to look it up. But I totally forget if it's Alberta or Calgary that's the capital. Edmonton. Edmonton is the capital of Alberta. Genuinely couldn't remember. Which is probably bad. But I mean, I never think about capitals. Capitals of Calgary is bigger, yes. Calgary is a bigger city, but Edmonton is capital. So Calgary is the biggest city of in Alberta. But doesn't have the bigger mall. Edmonton does have a bigger mall. What's in this redneck province? Probably Alberta. Maybe Saskatchewan. I would say either Alberta or Saskatchewan as the most redneck province. Though there are parts of Ontario as well that are very redneck. But what's my favorite part of Canada? Yeah, I mean, I suppose probably Ottawa, Ontario, just because it's what I'm most familiar with. Kingston was the original capital of Canada. Yeah. Manitoba is absolutely a fake province. Manitoba is a scam that we're pulling. West Edmonton Mall is the biggest mall in North America. Yep, used to be the biggest in the world, but obviously other countries decided that they wanted the biggest malls. So, not sure if it's even in the top 5 anymore. I have been to West Edmonton Mall. It is pretty big. Can it have a Las Vegas? No, I don't. Canada doesn't really have a Las Vegas of its own. There are casinos here and there, but jeez. West Edmonton Mall isn't even in the top 10 biggest malls. It's 14th largest mall. When it opened, it was the largest, but it's dropped down to the 14th. Oh shit, largest in the world right now is in Iran? Iran has the largest mall in the world at the moment. And the 4th largest. That's unexpected. And actually, according to this Wikipedia article, where are you? West Edmonton Mall is apparently sunk to 29th largest in the world. $3.8 million square feet of gross leasable area. Went from being largest to 29th largest. Jeez. I am surprised at how many of the largest malls are in Iran. get such a bad rap, but it's not all what the media makes it out to be. Well, I know that, but it's still one of those things. It's like, how the hell is, like, I would think Dubai. So many huge malls that are vacant in North America. It'd be interesting to see some turned into public housing or something useful. Yep. Oh, that's surprising. Yeah, I would have expected. I mean, obviously, China's got it. China obviously has a few that are among the largest as well, because China, obviously. But I honestly would have expected. I honestly would not expect Iran to have to have the largest mall and so many other of the largest malls. Would not expect that of Iran of all countries. Because, like, we need a social place to replace malls if they aren't going to be popular pastime anymore. Yeah. I guess because I don't really think of Iran as being like a showy country somehow. Reno Mall. No way of getting there. Yeah, obviously it's an oil rich country, but it's not. It's not like the UAE where they like just are constantly trying to show off their wealth. I guess plastic surgery is super cheap and popular there. People dress super nicely. Everyone takes pride in themselves. Clearly, I underestimated Iran, or potentially overestimated Iran, depending on your point of view. Yeah. Apparently, they love their mall. I guess they love their malls over there, which, frankly, good for them, I guess. At least there's one country in the world that still cares about malls, about giving young people a place to hang out. But anyway, 2.5 hours. So, uh, good time to end this to end the stream. So tomorrow, Mario Kart. So join me tomorrow for Mario Kart. Tomorrow around 4. I mean, probably sometime between 7 and 9 Eastern Time. So good night, everybody.